This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And it has come time that I have to start using a cane. Yeah, I put it off for as long as I could. But I find myself getting so unsteady on my feet with balance, as well as other issues with my legs and pain, that yeah, I really need a cane to get around. I use my lawnmower to blow my trails clear. This is my access from the house directly to this blind. And it's about a quarter-mile walk. So I keep it clear of branches and leaves. You can see how they've accumulated on the side and just the usual fallen stuff in the woods. Although these woods are fairly clear as such things go. I'm using my cane to help me step over branches and deadfall in the woods, which of course is all around me. And I've already pre-positioned my gear and my crossbow up in my deer stand there. I brought my golf cart up and hauled it up with a rope. Don't try to carry it up that ladder. Anything that balances me off to one side, yeah, that can cause me to fall. And I'm in a tire stand. And there's my bow and tray and little reading material. And we are overlooking our food plot. We did not have anything show this morning. You can see the sun is quite bright out there. Well, I've got some other stuff to do, so I'm going to head out. Got to cut out around another blind with my lawnmower and also shoot some guns. If you are interested, this is my light reading here, Networking Works by Ron Alonzo. One thing that I have to do to keep from stumbling all over everything is to go ahead and clear one of my areas I have back in planted pines. You see Hound Doggy approaching. Yeah, he's out here to help. And I have a tent blind out there, and that I'm going to have to come back and work on in a little bit and get it ready. But right now, I'm just getting my shooting lanes cleared and also an access way through the pines for the deer. My tent here in the pines looks like it could use some help. And yes, it can. There's a hole in the peak, which I'm going to patch. There's also all this stuff that's grown up around it in the 2 years, actually, that it's been up. So all this is going to need to be cut away. So we'll first have to move that tent from where it is to where I can work on it. What we have learned that our tent here, the exterior fabric is so rotten it will not take thread, and in fact you can poke through it just by pressing with your fingers. So I fear that this tent well, is past almost all usefulness. The only thing salvageable about it are the zippers. Well, yes, I can use zippers every once in a while. And the aluminum poles that help support the inside of the frame. Now the spring steel stuff that actually supports the tent, I don't know what I can do with that. But we're going to salvage it and we will see. I may come up with some use of it yet. Now, so far as my cane is concerned, I've shaped it out, and now it's a little smoother. I'm not concerned at all about appearance right now, just functionality. And I removed some from the head here so it fit more comfortably in my palm and hand as it does. And this is a cane that belonged to my late wife Tressa, and it is adjustable. And that I can use in civilian life, so to speak. But when I take this in the woods, it rattles as I step. Plus, obviously, it's metallic and shiny, so that is not desirable. Plus, for an outdoor fellow, you would like something a little outdoorsy. Well, a decade ago, or more, I picked up this piece of wood off the top of a beaver lodge. Now, a beaver had already stripped all the bark from it, so that part is done. So what I need to do now is, of course, make a reasonable looking cane out of it, which, being wood, you can do. Now the length can be set by measuring with the cane I'm using, right like this. So the first thing, obviously, is to trim it to approximate length, a little long, and then shape the top so it's more comfortable in the hand, and then actually take it out and try it before proceeding to finish it. I want to paint it in camo, I want to put waterproofing on it, and so on and so on, and that's going to take several days to actually get done. But before I do all that work, I want to make sure it physically would work. So we're going to trim it and work on the top here a little bit so it's comfortable, and actually take it out in the woods and try. We have our stick clamped here on our workbench, and I'm going to try to saw right there. And make a vertical cut. Okay, all right, we're done. That looks reasonable for a hand cut. No smell. I have every suspicion this wood is poplar, but we'll save this part and do some experimentation on it, see if we can make a better determination. After trimming the walking stick, the one thing we found out was fortuitous. The stick, of course, has this prominent bend here, but what happened is, when I trimmed this flat, the top of the walking cane and the bottom of the stick itself, as it's now cut, is plumb. So, now that's directly as it should be. Now that we have trimmed it, You can see how it will work in service. The tip is directly beneath the palm, which is helpful for control. And all I need to do now is to smooth this top, remove the bark that's here, and we can take it out in the field and give it a trial.